We're going to need a bigger stage. We say that every year. First of all, thanks to everyone who is here today. On behalf of the entire crew, thank you. Like, as a crew, we really appreciate the turnout. I mean, we wouldn't be able to do this if it wasn't for you coming and supporting the cause. It's gonna. Hey, how are you? What's better than Pennsylvania in the fall on a Saturday night? All right, so I'm going to hand this over to my better half. Tam's going to say a few words real quick.
Hey, everybody. You guys are going to have to bear with me because I hate public speaking, and this is super emotional, so it's going to take me some time to get through it, as you can tell already. But I'm going to do it because I have some things I need to say. I wanted to talk about the history of the Red Corner Benefit because a lot of people here are new and they don't know. It started with Kev and I 18 years ago when we were kids in a restaurant in California. I'm fairly certain my cheerfulness annoyed him. He denies it to this day, but after a few months we got to know each other and started dating, and his favorite performer was Neil Young. To be perfectly honest, at the time, I did not even know who Neil Young was, but I liked Kev, so I went with him to the Bridge School Benefit, which is a benefit concert that's put on by Neil Young, and it is a collaboration of amazing artists at a very affordable price, and all of the proceeds went to a school that helped disabled children. When Kev and I went out there, we were immediately blown away by it. We loved the whole theme, and we loved the fact that we were giving and being a part of something bigger than ourselves. So we went back the next year, and that year we took along with us my pretty much perfect in every way sister. That's what I call her. Kindest person you'll ever meet, and she's just been Kev and I's biggest supporters our entire life. And she came out with us, and she too was blown away with the meaning of the day. And that is basically how the tradition started. After that, every year, a lot of our friends and family would fly out from Pennsylvania, and we would make this a tradition. When Kev and I decided to move back to Pennsylvania, he actually had the idea of continuing the tradition out here and starting our own benefit filled with amazingly talented artists at an affordable price so all of the community could participate, and doing it for a cause that's greater than ourselves. And that is basically how Red Corner Benefit was formed.
Oh. Okay, Tam.
Okay.
Love you. Okay, Tam.
So, Kev had this idea. I called my sister. She's living in California. She thinks it's great. She flies out to help found this event. My sister, his sister, all of these amazingly selfless people you see running around in these Red Corner Crew t-shirts. This would not be possible without all of them. They're amazing. We have now met 10 of the most loving, resilient families who have had to navigate the devastation of having their children diagnosed with cancer. It has changed us permanently. These people have changed us permanently, and these kids, I love Mike. Their strength, their resilience, and their love, their innocence, their wisdom, it's this collaboration of just heroes up here on this stage. And we truly have been blessed with this. A lot of you don't know that my family was hit by a devastating cancer diagnosis. When my 39-year-old sister this is my dad. I'm sure you can tell.
Her sister was diagnosed 39 years old with stage 4 colon cancer. She was inspiration. Every year flying out here and helping others and organizing and picking Kevin's brain and turning it into reality. she's still fighting. She just won't give up. But our thoughts and prayers go for
Thanks, Dad. So, after my sister's diagnosis, another thing a lot of you don't know is that for almost the past 4 months, Kev and I had been temporarily living in California. We just got back here a few weeks ago, and during that time, all of these amazing crew people, crew members, crew family, stepped in and took care of us and took care of our home and our property and my sister and care packages, and I just want to thank each and every one of them because we have created this community. And for the first couple of years, they were all leaning on us for support, but now it's our turn to lean on them for support in our darkest times. So, our CB crew, we love you guys.
We love you.
And one more thing, I'm gonna get in trouble for this, but I did want to say something about the best thing that's ever happened to me over here. This man has been home for 6 weeks, and his passion and dedication to this cause is evidenced by the fact that I don't think he's slept in weeks, literally.
I'm only one city.
His efforts to make this happen are truly nothing less than heroic. He is also the one person, the wizard behind the curtain, where it couldn't happen without him. So I just wanted him to know how much I love him. He's amazing. And lastly, I wanted to talk to my sister who's FaceTiming in with us right now. Even though she physically is too sick to be here today with us, her passion for this benefit has never faded. When we were out there this entire summer, she was laying in bed, reworking the entire articles of incorporation and board of director notes and foundation grants, so we can now apply for additional grant money throughout the year to help more families. Her dedication to the Red Corner benefit has created a legacy that she will forever be a part of. Wendy, I want you to know that you are here with us, and you will be here with us every year, I promise you, for as long as we may run. We love you more.
All right, I'm gonna introduce one of our very best friends, our CB1 recipient's mother, Kim Fox.
Hello, I do not like to speak in front of people. 10 years ago to this day, my 15-year-old daughter, who was 5 at the time, today was the day she was diagnosed 10 years ago with neuroblastoma. And she's a survivor. She's amazing. She doesn't want to talk about it. She doesn't want to, it's okay. But Red Corner Benefit is my family, and I love them, and I would do anything and everything. We are family, and all we want to do is help each other. And all they did was help me and my family, and I love them, and I'm so glad you're all here. Because 10 years today was the worst day of my life, and I'm here to say it's okay, and thank you.
Brookie. This is RCB recipient Brooke Hedrick and her mom Tammy, and Brookie here is kind of our friend. We kind of love her a lot. She's oh, sorry, I'm getting yelled at. She's become a great friend and part of this community, and here's her mother to say some awesome things about her.
Supposed to step up. Brooke's one of the strongest 19-year-old girls I know. She works endlessly here at the benefit every year, puts everything into it she can. I'm supposed to eat the mic. Anyhow, Brooke is, this December, when we go to Survivors Clinic, will be 7 years for Brooke. Brooke's attending Alvernia University, working on her second year of nursing school. She's gonna give back. I don't know how she keeps the schedule she does between going to school full-time, commuting. She takes care of family at home. She works many part-time jobs. I honest to goodness don't know how she does it, and she asks nothing from me. She just keeps going. She's really an amazing girl. I'm so proud to call her my daughter.
Wendy and Brandon, you're up. There we are. Here's RCB4 recipient Brandon Barbone and his mom Wendy. Brandon loves being up on stage. Loves it.
Not really. So Brandon was the 4th year recipient and is now doing wonderful. He battled non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and he will be receiving his survivorship this May. In the meantime, he's just busy becoming a teenage boy and pretty much holding a remote control. And I don't know that there's much else to that in life at the moment, but he does enjoy some other things. He's picked up photography as something that he likes, and he's joining the yearbook club this year. And we're looking forward to the more years of Red Corner benefit. Thank you everyone for everything you've done. This has been a wonderful support for us, and it continues to be as the years go on. Thank you.
RCB5 recipient Sabrina Palermo and her father Rob.
Hey. So Sabrina's mom's here, but she's afraid of public, but she's standing there with the gray hoodie, and she makes me stand up here and talk. But Sabrina was diagnosed with T-cell ALL on June 20th, 2013. And I'll tell you, it's a one heck of a road, and I wish nobody would go down it. So as of this Halloween coming up, she will be 3 years cancer-free. And December 1st, I will have an official teenager living in my house. She will be 13 years old. And if she ever rides in your car, I hope you like 21 Pilots and My Chemical Romance, because I'm really starting to like them. Besides that, this girl is turning out to be a really good volleyball player, and she plays club volleyball and for school. And Minnie, her little sister here, is far after her, sitting right there, so it's a big part of the family. Red Corner, I can't tell you enough. Every year we've been back, and never ever going to miss this event, and it's definitely part of the family. Okay. You want to say something? Okay.
RCB6 recipient Skylar Pearl West. And maybe her mom, Char? Maybe? Oh, okay, Joshy's doing it. This is her little brother, Joshy.
Hello, I am the sister of Skylar West. She had leukemia cancer, and she's almost been out of treatment for almost 3 years now, and she's now in first grade, and she is actually a pretty good cheerleader now. And she's also been a really good child and stuff, so I mean, like, Hold up, hold on. Skylar, would you like to stand? Ma?
No, he nailed it. I mean, she's 3 months out, or almost 3 years out of treatment from leukemia, and she's doing awesome. She gets checked every 4 months, and she's a rock star cheerleader, and we love Red Corner, right?
Red corner number 7, Becky Buehler.
MVP? Where's Andrea? Oh, she's our MVP. We love this woman. This is Andrea Buno and Mikey Buno, our Year 7 recipient.
When I asked Michael what he wanted me to tell everybody, he says, "Mom, tell him I'm done my cancer." So, Mikey finished treatment. It was 3.5 years of treatment for leukemia, and he got his port removed in May. And he goes once a month for checks, blood work, and to make sure that he doesn't relapse. But he loves soccer, he's in 1st grade, and he's doing normal, healthy kid stuff, finally.
Are you a ham, Mikey? Yeah. All right, RCB 8 recipient, Hannah Hibner. Hi, beautiful Hannah. Do you want to talk? Do you want your mom to talk? Your mama.
Hi. Okay. I'm Jamie Hivner, and this is my daughter, Hannah Hivner. She just finished her chemo a month ago. She's been off treatment. She's doing really well. This is her 1st year back to school in 8th grade. So she's getting back to school. She's starting things again, trying to get back in the swing of things. It's very hard, but she's doing an amazing job. So just looking forward to moving on. And we couldn't have done it without all of you and Red Corner. It's been a tough 2.5 years. But we got through it because of you guys and all our support. And it wouldn't have happened without all the support. We wouldn't have been able to do it. So, you want to say anything?
I love you.
Love you, Phil.
RCB 9 recipient, Stacy RCB 9 recipient, Brady Casto, and his mom, Stacy.
I just look really old for my age. So. Okay, thank you guys for coming out. I just want to take a different tact, and this is Brady. He's surrounded by his family. They're all amazing. All right, pull it together. Hey, Josh. Okay, I just wanted to tell everybody kind of how we got introduced to Red Corner Benefit, because I think that's important for all of you who are here. When we moved here from California in 2008, the boys, Brett and Brady, played baseball at Coventry Baseball, and we saw that Brandon had been diagnosed with cancer. Brandon Barbone. I'm talking about Brandon Barbone. We found out that Brandon Barbone had been diagnosed with cancer. Brady was fine. So I looked up Red Corner Benefit, and I saw what an amazing organization this was, and no one in my family was sick. But then it was very strange. At a concert, I ran into Brandon's mom, and she might not even remember. But I said to her, "Are you Brandon's mom from Red Corner Benefit?" And she said yes. And then when Brady was diagnosed in 2015 with leukemia, I reached out to Tam and Kevin because of Red Corner Benefit, and we had so much in common. We were from Southern California, and so were they.
and they were super, and it was Hannah's year, and they very kindly gave us tickets to come for Hannah's benefit, and we had the best time. It was just amazing to see all the support, and we knew that we were home, and then they asked us to be the next family, and we were so honored, and it's just, I just want everyone to know that you're not in this life until you're in it. And it's just, it really is one phone call in one day that changes your life. And thank God that we knew about Red Corner Benefit, like all of you. And if anything like this ever happens to your family, you just make one phone call and you'll have a family like this. And thank you so much for coming out to support Jackson and to support us. And this is just an amazing group of people, and you're all amazing for coming out here. So, Brady is doing great. He's unfortunately just had a relapse of his cancer, but we're trying to figure out what's next, and we know that we'll get through it because we got through the last 3 years with support from people like you, and we know that we can get through this too. So, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
All right, next we'd like to welcome Steph. She is RCB recipient number 2, Alexa Bailey's mother. Okay, and here it is. Okay. This is, this is Mike, Lexi's amazing stepfather.
All right. Since Lexi isn't here today, she was RCB number 2. So I figured I'd tell you a story about her. In my house, unless you have a beard, you can't curse. Lexi's favorite word was frickin', which was fine. So when she was on hospice, she was sick, she had a bed that we made in our living room, and then she had a porta potty, like a little bucket, and she's like, I am not going to the bathroom in this thing. There's no way. There's a bathroom 10 feet away. But at the time, she had oxygen attached to her, and then she's on morphine, so it was hard for her to get up. It took her about 10 minutes to do so, but she refused to go to this bathroom. So, in the closing weeks, when she was really weak, she still refused to use this. So Sunshine, my wife, Lexi's mom, beautiful, we would unhook her, walk her to the bathroom so she could go, because she, like I said, she refused. And one night when Steph took her into the room and she's sitting down, she's kneeling next to her. She grabbed her mom's face and said the most beautiful thing I've ever heard. She grabbed her face and said, Mama, I fucking love you. Thank you.
My infectious, radiant, beautiful rock star daughter, Alexa Nicole Bailey, known as Lexi. She was diagnosed with stage 4 neuroblastoma at the age of 4, and she fought for 6 years. She passed away 7 years ago on November 7th of 2011. When driving to CHOP for treatment, I asked Lexi, if you could have one wish, what would that be? Mom, I want to be famous. I said, Lex, you are famous. The community all knows what a courageous fighter you are. No, Mom, the kind of famous where you're stopped at a stop sign and people are screaming in the car next to you to touch you. That famous. When it was time to say goodbye, we told her it was okay to let go. But she was more worried about us being okay. And we had to promise her that we would be. Grief is forever. It never goes away. It becomes a part of your soul. This is a quote from an American author, Anne Lamott. Hope begins in the dark. The stubborn hope that is, if you show up and try to do the right thing, the dawn will come. You wait and watch and work. You don't give up. All we can do is love Lexi and help show the world that there is hope after the darkness. Each and every one of you continue to come to Red Corner. Give hope to Jackson and their family and all these awesome warriors. Peace out, Lexi. We love you.
All right, and last, we are very, very happy to introduce Jackson's mom, Melissa Mest. Jackson is here with us today thanks to a very generous RV donation, Emily. However, he is on severe restrictions due to his recent bone marrow transplant, so he cannot physically be up on stage, and Melissa does also have to take precautions. But we are so, so grateful that they are all able to be here with us.
Okay, now that that's off, I can breathe. I just gotta take this in for a moment. Thank you all for your courage and for your bravery and everything you've done to take our family under your wings and make it part of yours. So thank you. And if I may, just to say to the Red Corner Benefit crew and broader community, your love and support is ever present in every interaction that we have. And then the kids running around here, you bring together a community to fight cancer so no one fights alone. Thank you. I'd also like to say really quickly, if I can, and for those who know me know I talk a lot, so forgive me. One of our friends back at CHOP, Cadence, she's 7 years old. She has AML, a type of leukemia. She's also had a failed bone marrow transplant and received her new cells this week. If you would be so kind, with the kindness that you've given to my family, to keep her in your thoughts and prayers. She needs it. So one of the things that happened early on when we found out about Jackson's diagnosis, he was diagnosed in February of this year with acute myeloid leukemia. It's an aggressive form of leukemia. We found out very quickly that a traditional chemotherapy path wasn't going to be enough to cure him, so we found out that we had to do a bone marrow transplant. We felt incredibly grateful the day that we found out that Kayla would be his donor, his birth mom, my wife, the better half, who's in the RV. And when that one failed, it was around the time, right before the Red Crew Benefit community reached out to us. I had asked God to carry me through this because I don't know that I have the strength. And I believe you, this community, is an answer to that prayer. So thank you. Jackson is a 2-year-old little guy who loves John Deere tractors, and he loves trucks, and he was sitting on a Harley about an hour ago. I was a little jealous. I'm like, Jackson, Mom is here too. But this past week, we went back to CHOP for a bone marrow biopsy to check two things: to check the status of his engraftment, because he had to go through a second bone marrow transplant, as well as to check the status of his MRD. It's the most sensitive test that they can do to see if he has any cancer cells. The engraftment study will come back next week, but we got the results of the MRD study. We haven't told anyone but our mom and dad, but we received the amazing news that he is still cancer-free and still in remission.
Thank you, thank you. I wanted to share that with this event for this community because you've become our family, and thank you. Thanks.
All right, I just want to say one more thing. I heard a quote recently. It said, "When you're struggling to survive, it's impossible to dream." I hope that what we're all doing here eases the struggle and lets these kids dream, because it's getting stolen from them. Thanks for coming out and supporting all these guys. And now let's go on and have some fun the rest of the night. Thanks to all these amazing musicians that donate their time. 10 years of great music. We got more coming up. Everybody enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you.